To KGO to stay informed and up to date. The Bay Area's news station is KGO 810.
Good Saturday afternoon. Matt Ray, KGO Radio 810. 415-808-0810 is the number, 8080-810. You know, equal pay, that's been a contentious issue for a while here. Even the White House attempted to address equal pay, and then we find out that they don't even have it at the White House. But women, what are you complaining about? What's the problem here with equal pay? You shouldn't ask for a raise in the first place. Just keep quiet. You have superpowers, okay? So just pipe down, keep quiet about your raises, ladies, and good karma will come your way. That's not according to me. That's according to Microsoft's CEO, who said that at a conference celebrating women in computing. I'm not kidding. He said that earlier this week. Probably not the right thing to say. Our guest is Neena Newberry. She's a leadership expert who specializes in working with female leaders. The website is newberrysolutions.com. Good morning, Neena, or good afternoon, Neena. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for joining us here on KGO. Let's talk about what he said. Has he taken these back, or has he attempted to even clarify what he said?
Yeah, he's definitely attempted to take it back. I'm not sure that he can take it back, though, because this whole piece around trusting faith and karma and, you know, just sticking with things in the long run and being rewarded over time, that'll just happen for women. I mean, we all know that that's not the case. And so he has retracted that and said, yes, you know, if you think you want to ask for a raise, you should go for it. I just think there's been so much buzz around this, and it's such a bold comment by someone in such a visible leadership position. I'm not sure you can really effectively retract it.
Yeah. Satya Nadella, he's the CEO of Microsoft. He made it Thursday. He did. And what's amazing to me is he did it, obviously this was celebrating women, but there obviously in Silicon Valley, we all know the bro culture. I mean, the majority of people working in computing are men. There's this kind of a college brosif culture, if you will. And so he did it at not only a conference celebrating women, but at a time when, you know, this industry is viewed as unfriendly to women and minorities, too. So it just seems crazy to me. I mean, it seems crazy to me that a guy in this position would say that. And he said, you know, if you, those of you who don't ask for a raise, you're likely to work with me. That's somebody I would like to work with. Who's handling this guy? Is anybody?
Yeah. Well, what's interesting, like when you think about what he was probably trying to get to, if I work hard to try to understand that, there's an element here of just recognizing that people have different ways of viewing what's too aggressive, what's too assertive, and some people truly do think that, you know, sit tight, people will notice your good work. But the reality is that people are too busy to notice everyone's good work. I mean, I coach leaders on this and how to find ways to be very proactive around raising your visibility and credibility. But at the same time, you know, for women, they've got to be very careful in terms of how they actually do it, because they can be viewed as, you know, stepping over the line.
Yeah.
There's research that shows that women get penalized for asking.
Yeah.
More often than men do. So there's a fine line. The language really matters. The style and the approach really matters in how you do it.
Our guest is Neena Newberry. She is a leadership expert who specializes in working with women. Neena, if I could get you to hold on through the break, I'd like to talk to you about how maybe a woman should ask for a raise.
Okay, sure.
All right. KGO News Time is 12:41. And good Saturday afternoon. Matt Ray, KGO Radio 810. 415-808-0810 is the number, 8080-810. We're talking about the comments that the head of Microsoft made about women just keeping quiet about a raise. Don't worry about it. Pipe down. Stay silent. Good karma will come your way. You're more likely to work with me. I'm more likely to work with you. That's what Microsoft's Nadella said. He since has walked back the comments, but the damage is done. Our guest is leadership expert Neena Newberry. The website is newberrysolutions.com. She specializes in working with female leaders. Neena, what is a good way for a woman to ask for a raise? Because you talked about them being perceived as being aggressive, that kind of thing. So first of all, it's sad to me in this day and age that I have to ask this question, but what's a good approach for a woman?
So one thing that I'll just say to you is that women are very concerned about the relationship, right? So preserving the relationship and being able to show that they're valuable, they're important to the organization, but they don't want to damage anything. So one of the first things is just to be really clear about how you want to show up. So what that means is think about, the relationship and how you want to preserve that, how you want to come across, the level of confidence, and then focusing on win-win, right? Because that's going to affect the language that you use. So being able to articulate that you've got a commitment to the organization and you want to provide value to the organization, want to continue doing that, but you also want to feel valued. So that's what this conversation is really all about. So being very clear on the business case for this, meaning your accomplishments, your results, and being able to articulate that to the other individual, and then being able to ask for what it is that you're looking for, right? So put a number out there, step out there. The worst that can happen is they'll say no. And especially if you've put it in the context of wanting to continue to grow and develop and adding more value to the organization, people really resonate with that kind of language.
What, was he right in saying this? Is that a sad fact? Was he right in saying that?
In saying what?
In saying just keep quiet and good karma will come your way and you'll get it?
Absolutely not. No. I feel very strongly about this, right? You can't get things that you're not willing to ask for. Yes, sometimes people will just recognize you, right? But most people, when you look at it, most organizations, they're differentiating performance. They're looking at a budget that they have of pay that they can allocate, right, and money they can allocate for different increases. And so there are people that are in there asking, and if you're not raising the visibility of your contributions, your results, you may not get noticed. So your good work may be awesome, but at the end of the day, if you're not bringing it to someone's attention and putting it in the context of here's how I can continue to bring more to the table and wanting to get compensated for that, you just may not get it.
Yeah.
The data shows that. And what's really interesting, 43% of the women who have asked for a raise, 75% of them get one. Right? But when you look at the differences between men and women, less than 40% of women will ask, for a higher salary, especially when they start a new job, compared to over 50% of men.
Wow.
So you got to get out there. Just asking is the first step.
Yeah. Neena Newberry is a leadership expert. The website is newberrysolutions.com. Neena, we appreciate your time. Thanks so much.
All right, thank you.
All right, take care. 415-808-0810 is the number, 808810. We'll take your calls coming out of the break. KGO News Time, 12:51.